Better late than never, I guess. Hey everybody, it's Zach, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at Gladiator Beasts. This was the deck that won the first open vote in the Discord server. The next one will be Evolves. Hopefully I have that up next week for you guys. Also, the history of the format video will be coming up, hopefully, within the next week. I was just busy this week and I didn't have time to make it. So yeah, let's get into this profile. So Glad Beasts are a very interesting deck in March 2012 because they are by no means at full power and they do have their struggles. Again, if you have any complaints with the list, understandable, but I also understand this is a rogue deck. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. So we'll begin with 3 copies of Gladiator Beast Laquari. So, for the new players who don't maybe understand what Glad Beasts do, all the Glad Beasts, when they attack, they can be shuffled into the deck to special summon a different Gladiator Beast, and then they get different effects depending on which. For example, Laquari, when he's special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, he gets 300 attack, so he's a 2100 beater. He's just your constant beater, so I like to have the 3. So now we have the one Bestiari. Bestiari is limited in this format because of how good Glad Beasts were at one point. One Gladiator Beast Darius. Darius is Monster Reborn. Oh, this is a spell trap removal. Also, you have to target a spell or trap. So if your opponent doesn't have a back row, do not go for Bestiari. Darius is Monster Reborn. We want a quest. A quest is just add any Gladiator Beast card from your graveyard back to your hand. I'm playing the one Hoplimus because, one, this card's hilarious, and it's really funny to watch opponents smack and do it with, you know, a Jurak Guaiba or whatever. When Hoplimus is special summon, his defense goes up to 24, and also you can then send him to the graveyard to summon a Gladiator Beast Alexander, but Gladiator Beast Alexander absolutely sucks. And then one Mermello. These are like the ones that most people are aware of in the Gladiator Beast lineup. We'll talk about the other 3 in a moment. And then he pops a monster when he's special summoned. Alright, so now we have the one Gladiator Beast Samnite, the one Glad Beast Radiari, and the one Glad Beast Secutor. So we'll go into them individually, beginning with Samnite. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to graveyard, you can add a Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand at the end of the battle phase. So he is essentially a Rhoda. Radiari is a DD Crow. You just can remove from play one of your card in your opponent's graveyard. And Secutor works a little differently. If he is special summoned by Gladiator Beast, the end of any battle phase, if this card was attacked, you can special summon 2 Glads from your hand. So Secutor is very situational, and this is a card I could see you cut without any hesitation. But I've been testing Secutor, and he's worked pretty well for what he's worth. And now we have, obviously, that other card that everyone knows, Double Test Tiger. Only 2. I don't think you need 3. But Test Tiger is like the best Glad Beast support card at this point. If you control another Glad Beast, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can then tribute this card and target one face-up Glad monster you control, shuffle them into the deck, and then special summon a Glad Beast from your deck. And then it is treated as being summoned by a Glad Beast. This Test Tiger is amazing. And it always helps the deck. Now we get into the small hero engine of the 2 Prisma and the Stratos. Stratos searches Prisma, and then Prisma lets you reveal a fusion monster from your extra deck, send one of the fusion materials to the deck to the graveyard, which usually you'll send Bestiari, and then if you have Test Tiger, you go normal, send Bestiari, becomes Bestiari. Special Test Panther, or Test Tiger, sorry, shuffle this back into the deck, get Darius, summon Bestiari, make Gyzarus. It's a really simple combo, but this card's really good. And I wasn't playing this at first, and I'm so glad I ended up playing it. Then we play one Spirit Reaper just because it's really good against Rabbit, and then one Thunder King because it's just generically good. And that is it for the monster count. Now on to spells, we have the 2 copies of Forbidden Lance. Lance is so amazing in this deck because, again, you're trying to resolve all your monsters' effects through battle, so just being able to smack over something with any of the Glad Beasts is just great. So you want this. You can arguably even consider playing a third one. I thought 3 was a little bit too many, but 2 just felt good. Now we have 2 Pot of Duality. I mean, it is one of the best consistency cards in the format. The only one I argue is better is Upstart. So again, just for consistency. And then we have 2 MST. And then 2 Smashing Ground. And here come the comments. Wait, but Soul Taker is always better. In my opinion, yes. But in Glad Beasts, that 1,000 life points, just in testing, because these were Soul Takers at first, was far more relevant than I thought it would ever be. So, Smashing Ground's fine. If you want to play Soul Taker, be my guest. It is still good. So, for spells, we have Rhoda to be able to search Stratos or Prisma. 1 Proving Ground to search a Glad Beast. The Book of Moon. The Mind Control. The Dark Hole, the Heavy Storm, and the Monster Reborn. Just your standard stuff. Yes, I'm playing Reborn. I think it's very good, because some lists don't. Now onto the traps, we have the double War Chariot. This card is really great. It is Effect Negator if you control a Glad Beast monster. And you can add it back off a quest, which is really nice. I play 2 because I don't think you need more than that. Because again, if you couldn't recycle it, this would be a 3 of 100%. Double D Prison. I still think D Prison's pretty solid this format, just not against Insectors. So if you're playing against Insectors, you would side it out. 2 Torrential. Double Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, and the last card I play, because we do play a number of back row, is the Starlight Road. So the extra deck in this deck is definitely interesting, because you surprisingly have a lot of space. So I've been testing a few things. So in my opinion, there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots you can mess around with, in my opinion. So beginning with the best card, we have the 3 Gladiator Beast Geyseris. Geyseris is their boss monster. Well, the main boss monster. We have another one called Heraclinos, which we'll talk about momentarily. All the Glad Beasts work with Contact Fusion, so you summon this from your extra deck by shuffling the pieces into the deck. When this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can special summon 2 Gladiator Beasts from your deck, except Gladiator Beast Bestiari, because it prevents, the loop. Which, I mean, that's solid card design. You play 3. I've gone through 3 of them in a match, just because, like, D Prison. And Bottomless. Next we have the 2 Heraclinos. Sorry, they're not all to your secret. I don't have that kind of money. It takes the Laquari and 2 Glad Beasts. You can always be special summoned in your extra deck by returning the above cards you control to the deck. And then he is a spell or trap negate by discarding a card. He is really good. Doesn't get made a ton, but it's always worth it. The only synchro is just the Stardust for the Starlight Road. For the Exceeds monsters, we are playing the little Utopia package of the Utopia and the Utopia Ray. The Maystroke, the Photon Papilloperative, and the Steel Swarm Roach. And now these last 4 cards are all personal preference, in my opinion. So let's talk about them. So the first one is Shockmaster. We just know how stupid this card is. If you played wind-ups for like more than 13 seconds, you know how dumb this card is. You can make it. It won't happen a lot. But, these 2 are like the same thing. Kachi Kochi Dragon and Blade Armor Ninja. They're literally just here because they can attack twice if you need to make an Xyz monster against like level limit area B. This one's better because it doesn't take warriors, but I'm like, you can play Blade Armor too because you play the Utopia. I mean, not the Stratos and the Prismas. And then the last card that I have been testing in here. So, Geyseris is a level 6, so I was like, screw it, let's try a Photon Strike Bouncer. Why not? It's worked okay. I think I've made it like twice. But yep, and that is it for this deck. Again, like I said, you have 4 flex spots for whatever you want. And I'm sure I'm going to get comments going, but no rank 3s. And I'm like, so like rank 3s in theory are really good. I was like playing them in here at first, but you play enough 3s. But most of the time, if any of these not named Spirit Reaper end up left on the field, a Glad Beast, it's always going to be one of the level 4s. If you want, again, like I said, these are the flex spots you can put in, you know, like a Zen Mains, a Leviathan Dragon, a Acid Golem, or, you know, whatever you see fit. Leviair is not bad, actually, because you can, if one of these gets, like, deprisoned, you can bring it back. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave this video off. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you have any questions, also let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.